Hi everyone, it's a simulated one here. Today I'm going to be having a look at the Riviera expansion pack for Train Simulator 2015. This route runs between Paignton and Exeter St David's down in Cornwall. Now, this route currently is retailing at £7.49 in the Steam sale. Otherwise it's £14.99. However, this is the cheaper end of the DLC for routes on Train Simulator. Most time they retail for about £20 to £25, which is a little bit expensive, but this one offers a little bit of value for money, which I'm really happy about. It is a quite short route. It's, I think, 29 miles in length, so it doesn't take very long to drive. However, it's really nicely detailed, and it does come with a train. The particular train it comes with is a Class 143 Pacer, probably one of the most loathed trains in the UK, but it is quite fun to drive on here, and it's really nicely modelled as well. If we zoom in and take a look at it, it's got some nice weathering on the front. Everything looks fine. I would say it's a very nicely modelled train. As for the station, we have Exeter St David's here. Let's have a little fly around. I'd say it looks pretty accurate. I've not really spent a lot of time in the station myself, but it does look pretty good, very nicely modelled. So let's hop in the train and have a look at the cab. So go to our one view. Now the window in this train, it doesn't open. Some of the train windows they do open, but most of the time they don't, which is a shame because the windows that do open, they have really cute little sound effects. Now looking down to the left hand side of our cab, we have our lighting, cab lights, panel lights. None of the other switches here can be used, unfortunately, not even the destination indicator, which would be nice to light up the little destination board up here. Moving on from that, we have our window wiper switch, so we can put them on or off. There's not really anything in between. Moving up, we've got our brake lever, which we can have. It's got 1, 2, 3 steps and an emergency. So, alright, we'll pull the brake off. Our AWS reset. We have a horn, which doesn't pull backwards, only goes high, which annoys me considering it is supposed to go low as well, but you can't have everything. Next along we have our throttle lever, so if we put our brakes on, well, actually we're not in gear, so you can pull it back. Yeah, it's got quite a few notches, which it sits at. Moving on, we have a key which doesn't actually do anything, and then we have our reverser, which of course will cancel the AWS, forwards or backwards or neutral. But to the very far right we have our GSMR radio, which doesn't do anything, it's non-functional. We have our TPWS system, which doesn't work. And then we have our cab console, which, looking over here, we have our engine start stop button. We have a few bits and pieces that again don't work. We have our sander button, and we have our tail and headlight switches. So there are quite a lot of things that don't actually do anything in this cab, and it would be nice to see them do a few things, but then a lot of it would be pointless. I mean, what are we going to do with the radio? Nothing. What are we going to do with the train protection system? Nothing. What are we going to do? You know, you can't feel your cab cooling, so there's no point in having it. But all in all, it's a very nicely detailed cab. We've got our AWS sunflower there, second man seat. Right, let's get going. Zoom in a little bit. We've got our green aspect, so let's do a drive. Take our brakes are off, set our reverse to forwards. We have a 30 mph speed limit coming out of the station, so we'll just accelerate here up to 30. Get my mouse out of the way. I probably won't talk that much during this drive, but I'll point out some observations along the route, like speed limits and whatnot. But I just want to let you enjoy the route as much as I do. I think this is a very nice little route, considering the price of it as well. So the next station will be Exeter St Thomas, which is in just over half a mile now. Oh man, I'm speeding already. Too much talking while I'm playing. Right, slow it down a little bit. Right, I'm going to shut up for a bit and let you enjoy the video. Our speed limit is now 75, so we can increase our speed, but not too much because we're going to be stopping at Exeter St Thomas in 0.4 of a mile's time. Okay, we're going to bring the power off now and put our brakes on. I'm going to assume that the stations are really nicely modelled. They look pretty accurate, but I've not actually done this route myself, so I wouldn't really know. But I have had a look at some of the stations, and from what I can see, they're nicely recreated in Train Simulator. We'll switch to an outside view, let the passengers off. There we go. Right, we can now go. Take the brakes off. Sound effects for this train are very accurate. That signature bus engine sound. So our speed limit's still 75 miles an hour. Half a mile's time we can do 100, but yeah, pigs could fly if this train could do 100 miles an hour. Struggles to even get 75, mind you. So the story of these trains are that in Britain during the 70s there was a big shortage, I guess, of multiple units for rural areas, and the previous generation of Class 101s, first generation DMUs were getting old, tired, and not really fit for purpose. So British Rail wanted to devise a plan to temporarily plug the gap and make more units available for short journeys. So thus the rail bus was born, and that was the Class 141, I think, and moved into commercial production with the Class 142. The Class 143 and 144 were advancements upon these, but basically they were built out of British Leyland buses. So they are literally basically a bus carcass with train wheels on and a train engine in. They were designed as a very temporary solution, but lo and behold, 40 years down the line and they're still being used, and they are a major safety hazard. Plus there is a massive step to get inside them, so they don't conform with any disabled regulations. So either they will have to be completely gutted and adapted for today's disability requirements, or they will have to be scrapped by 2020. They are a very loathed train on the network because of their really bad ride comfort. They're very bouncy, they're very uncomfortable, and they're also very cramped. Train companies seem to love using these on busy weekday and late weekend services when it's on warm weather and you get packed in like sardines in a tin. But hopefully, fingers crossed, these trains will be rid of, but I wouldn't be surprised if one or two get kept for preservation, because there does seem to be a small fan base for these trains. Wow, we're picking up some speed now. Come on, let's see if we can hit 100. Unlikely. These W signs that appear at the side of the railway are basically a signal for drivers to sound their horn, because as you'll see coming up now is a foot crossing right there. So W, I'm assuming, goes back to steam engine days. It means whistle, but more relevant now would be horn. But it's just to let people know crossing that you're coming. These little blips in the middle of the track are what's known as AWS ramps, automatic warning system. These are basically to tell the driver what the next signal is coming up. I mean, they're not, I don't know how far away from the signal they're placed, but they basically go bing if the next signal is clear, which is a green aspect, or they beep if the next signal is at orange or red, danger. So you've got clear, you've got caution, you've got danger. You've got 4 signal aspects in the UK. You've got a red, which is danger, which means do not proceed. You've got a orange, single orange, which means the next signal is, we've got a speed reduction coming up. So we'll take off the throttle a little bit. So you got an orange, which means the next signal is at danger. And then you've got a double orange, which means the next signal is at orange, a single orange. And you've got green, which is clear, which means you can proceed. Right, so we've got a 75 mile an hour speed limit coming up. We're within that now, so we can just keep our speed up. Right, we got another station coming up, Star Cross, in 1.5 miles time. We shouldn't have any hold-ups on this route. It's a quick play scenario I've got here, so all the signals on the way should be green. But when the AWS goes off, it also goes off the speed reductions. So say you're travelling at, 80 miles an hour and the line speed is to drop to 75. If you go over that ramp, that AWS ramp in the middle of the track, above the speed limit that the next section is, the warning system will sound to make you aware that you have to drop your speed. So we're going to start bringing the power off a little bit. So we're going to stop here at Star Cross. Got some brakes on the go. You don't want to brake too early. I mean, there's quite a good stopping power on these trains. But also you want to stop in ample time. You don't want to be overshooting the platform. You get shot in the head if you do that. Okay. Right, pop outside, let our passengers off. I have parked at the wrong sign. I've got 4 cars on my train. You will see these at stations, these little signs that say 3 or, in this case over there, 4. That indicates like where the train should stop depending on how many carriages it's got. So really I should have parked at the 4 one. Naughty. Alright, let's set off. Oh, and when you set off in trains, never just go to full power because you could get some wheel slip. So always go to a lower notch first to get your train rolling. And once it's on the go, open it up wide and just accelerate. If you're playing career scenarios, this is particularly useful because if you do slip your wheels, you'll get points deducted. So always start with a sort of lower notch on your throttle and then bring it up slowly to avoid, I guess, wheel spin would be the equivalent in the car. So our line speed's changing from 75 to 80 in a minute. Really is a really nice route, considering it's only £15 normally. There you go, max speed 75. A good thing to note with speed indicators is that when it says 80 or 90 or 100, that speed limit doesn't apply until your entire train is past that speed limit sign, because obviously the rear of your train will be still in the 75 mile an hour zone, for instance, when the front portion of your train is in the 80s. So you need to make sure that your entire train is clear of that speed restriction before you can open up the throttle and do the new speed limit. But when you enter a new, like, lowered speed area, you have to enter at that lower speed. So if you go from a 100 to a 70 zone, you must be doing 70 the moment you pass that sign. Unless, well, there's no unless, but I mean, if you're going from 70 to 100, you still have to be doing 70 past that sign. Until the very rear carriage has passed the sign, you can then open the throttle up. So we've got 70 miles an hour coming up now, but we're okay, we're not doing 70. Just passing Dawlish Warren Station on the fast line. If you can hear me puffing on something in the background, that is my electronic cigarette. Probably will do a couple of videos in the future about those, because it is a bit of a hobby of mine. I've got a good few e-cigs, love to spend money on them. Probably spend more money on e-cigs than I did when I smoked. Right, so our speed limit's now gone up to 75, so power back on. Not for long though, because we'll be stopping at Dawlish. This is where a lot of problems happen in the UK with railway lines at Dawlish. The sea seems to wash away the railway track every winter when we have stormy weather, and then they spend all year fixing it for it to be destroyed the very next year. So we'll bring it to a stop. Make note that we're going into a 60 now. Full service. They have very long platforms, these stations, but they're used to taking HSTs. with up to 9 carriages. For Plymouth bound trains, or Penzance bound trains, First Great Western. So I guess we'll go into the passenger compartment and open the doors this time. You look like they're sat taking a poo or something. Is she hovering? She looks like she's had a rough night. Ugh. So we've got a tunnel coming up now. Bear in mind, when you're inside tunnels, you can't access any outside view of the train. For obvious reasons. This video will be put up without commentary as well, so if you just want to listen to the train going along without me whittering on about things, then feel free to watch that instead. Right, so we've got a speed limit increase of up to 75 miles an hour next. Next signal is clear. Indeed it is. So our next station is Taymouth, in just over a mile. We'll definitely be stopping there. Pull the power off because the limit's 60, we're going into a 75 now. Not for long because the speed limit reduces to 60 in a minute. So you don't want to stray too far over 60 because you'll have to slow down. Cancel the AWS. The default key to cancel AWS on the keyboard is Q for Quebec. Alright, we'll want to start slowing down now, so we're within our speed limit. And shortly after we'll start to slow down for the station stop. Just coast in now. That banner repeater in the slanted position means that the next signal is green. They're used in places where you can't see the next signal, if there's limited sighting of them. Stop here. Right, we'll go outside. Ooh. get off our passengers. But no one ever does get off. I think really sweet how the passenger information displays actually work. Really nice detail. Right, only one more stop left and then we've done the whole route. Paignton, here we come. We're in 13 miles time. So I guess just kick back and enjoy the scenery from now. Right, so we've got an 80 miles an hour limit coming up, which is fantastic, which means we can just keep her going, wide open. Ooh, a 90 mile an hour speed limit, we're being spoilt. Right, we're now entering our 80 zone. The next limit is 90, so no need to let go of our speed. And into 90. Not that this old thing can do 90, but it's nice to be able to just have the throttle open and not have to worry about controlling it. And sit back and enjoy the view. Okay, we've got a 60 coming up in a mile and a half, so we'll want to start slowing up soon. Though we're not that far over 60, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Miles left. Cancel the AWS. We know it's a 60 coming up, so we'll pull the power off. Slow up a bit. Oh look, there are a few more stations. My bad. Right, we have a flashing yellow signal, which means we'll be either diverging onto another route or joining another line. So a flashing double yellow means the next signal will be a flashing single yellow. we've got about 3 or 4 more stations left actually. Right, we've got a 40 coming up as well, and we've got a single flashing yellow, which means we'll be joining a new line. Or diverging somewhere. So we'll bring our speed down a bit. Got a 40 coming up. Also Newton Abbot station's coming up as well. There we go, we're diverging to the left. So platform 1. Bring it to a standstill. Open the doors. Where are we? There we are. Right, off we go. Remember to keep checking your speed limit. You don't want to forget about it and then speed. So currently we're on a 40. Take the power off to control our speed. You can usually find a nice resting point for the throttle where it will keep the speed up without the train slowing down, but not accelerate so you go over what the speed limit is. We're now moving on to a 45 zone. So we can speed her up. Take the power off a bit more. The next section is 60 miles an hour, that's coming up in 0.8 of a mile. But I'm sure there won't be a station far after that, so we can't really go that fast. Sorry about the bells, I live next to a bell tower. At least I know what the time is. Alright, we're now entering 60. So wait until the last carriage is passed and then fire up that throttle. I like how they even throw in the remains of old stations as well. Like here, you can see their old platforms, but the station isn't there anymore. I think that's a really nice touch. Adds that little bit of extra detail into the game, rather than making you think it's just all generic. Alright, we have a speed limit of 45 coming up in the next just over half a mile. Take the power off and once again put the brakes on. Those upside down yellow bordered triangle signs are a caution as to what the next speed limit's going to be. I don't actually mean that is the speed limit at this point. Round signs with a red border show what the speed limit is at that point. Put a little bit more speed on it for now. We're not far off painting now. We've got a 30 zone coming up soon as well. I don't really know how to pronounce the next station. Is it Torre? I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it's Cornish. So that's the next station. That's coming up in 0.8 of a mile. We have to first decelerate to 30 before then, and then it goes back up to 40 after the station. But we're only like 3.8 miles away from Paignton, which is the end of the line. Oh, speeding, I'm not paying attention. That's what happens when you're trying to commentate and do this, concentrate at the same time. My bad. We are also on a decline, so it will speed up on its own. You can see down at the bottom of the screen, it's almost like where the train is, it's stepped downwards. So if it's stepping downwards, it means that you're sort of like on a decline, on a descent. And your train will speed up per gravity, so to speak. So right, we've got a station, so we'll have to stop. Yeah, I don't care if I'm speeding. I'm coming to stop now. I'm setting a really bad example here. Never do this, kids. Get people off our train, they're probably mortified at the speeding I've just been doing. 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. Wow. Watch out, we have a badass over here. Right, let's get going. Being mindful of the speed limit. 30 miles an hour. I could well take these turns at 50. Gosh. So our next station is Torquay in 0.6 of a mile. I'm just going to let the train coast up to 40. We're going downhill now. Okay, coming in for a stop at Torquay Station. And away we go. So we're sticking to our 40 miles an hour speed limit here. Take some power off. Just put a little bit of power on to keep our speed up. We don't need too much. Just enough to keep it going. We're going uphill now. More power. We can take that power off. It's really nice scenery. Right, we're coming up to Paignton, our last stop. I'm just going to let it coast now. The route does go on a little bit after this. There is a goods yard after Paignton, but there isn't much after that. There's buffer stops at the end of the yard, which if you keep going, you'll crash into and end the scenario. So here we go, we're coming up to our 15 miles an hour zone. Right, we're down doing the right speed. Bearing in mind we are still going downhill, so we are still accelerating slightly. Oh, the barriers are up in the level crossing. That's not healthy. Alright, bring it in for a stop, and that is our route done. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like it, then, well, tough luck. If you would like to watch this video without commentary, then please go to the video without commentary. I'll post a link to it in the annotations. Thank you for watching, and I'll be doing my next video next week on a different route. I'll surprise you, and for now, bye bye.